All right, let's talk about parenting for a minute. First, I'm going to show you this video, and then we're going to come back and talk about the contents of said video.
I was a kid, like, from age of 10. Like, I was doing my own laundry. I was making my own school lunches, like, taking care of myself, essentially. Like, I was not one of those kids where my parents, like, constantly clean up after me. Like, I was doing my own cleaning, all that stuff my own.
It is really doing a disservice to a kid. And for some reason, I feel like it's commonly like moms to their sons to like constantly clean up after them, pick up their socks, clean up their laundry, like take their dish from the table to the sink. Don't do that because they'll grow up and then
The wife would have to do it for him.
No, the wife doesn't have to do it for him. Eventually, there'll be enough dirty dishes on the sink that they're going to realize that ain't nobody coming along to clean up their mess. So, parenting your kids. Renee and I have raised 3 children. Well, we've raised 2, and we're in the process of raising a third. We parented in that fashion. Our soon to be 25-year-old daughter Magnolia and our 21-year-old daughter Lily, they were doing their own laundry, cleaning up after themselves, doing dishes, taking garbage out at about 9 or 10. Our son, Tommy, he's 14 years old. He's in 8th grade. He's been doing his own laundry for at least 3 years. And he's one of the pickiest eaters you can possibly imagine. And we're not going to make him a second dinner. So he's having to learn how to make some food for himself as well. But yeah, they could all of them do laundry, do dishes, take out the garbage, make a handful of meals for themselves, make sure that you understand how and when and where to use ingredients and certain things and whatnot and what have you. It is our job as parents to not just teach them how to read, write, wipe their ass. You need to put out, it's a weird way of saying it, but you need to put out into the world adult human beings that are functional. Here's a prime example. So our 21-year-old daughter, Lily, who's currently in her junior year at UIC, she is without a question of a doubt our hippie daughter, right? Without a question of a doubt. But she is incredibly self-reliant. She went to a boarding school for high school for kids that are going to go on to do something for math and science. It's the Illinois Math and Science Academy. And you live there your sophomore, junior, and senior year. Now, her sophomore year was COVID, so she actually did her sophomore year from her bedroom here at the house. And she didn't move onto campus until her junior year. But from junior year of high school until now, where she's a junior in college, she has been living on a campus somewhere throughout the school year and coming home on the occasional weekend or during the summer, and then moving back into a dorm room. She did 2 years of that at high school, and then when she went to UIC and got her first dorm room, I think there were 8 girls all together because it's this like suite with multiple bedrooms and a shared kitchen and living room space. And all of these girls got together, and none of them knew how to do laundry. They're all like, "So how do we do our laundry?" And Lily was like, "You go to the laundry area of the building here, and you do your laundry." And they're like, "But how?" And she was like, "Everybody gather your laundry, everybody gather your money, everybody gather your stuff. We're all heading down to the laundry room of the building so you guys can learn how to do your fucking laundry." I remember she told us a story about how they were all out to lunch or something one day, and there was a problem in the room that they had reported, like with a light. And so the university had sent a couple of handymen to take care of it while they were gone. And when they came back, the door was propped open, and the 2 handymen were up by a ladder taking care of something. And the girls were all like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And Lily's like, "We go in there and ask them what the fuck they're doing in our room. That's what we do." That's the kind of person you gotta put out into the world. Yeah, they need to know how to read. They need to know how to write. They need to know how to do all of those things from an educational standpoint. And some of that falls on you. A lot of that falls on the school system. But from a standpoint of just being able to function, yeah, I'm not doing your laundry. I say to that boy every Sunday, "You got laundry for the week?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." You got to teach them early, man. And 9, 10, I think that's a good age that kids can do laundry for themselves, They can learn how to wash dishes. And we've been living in this house 21 years. There is no dishwasher. My kids don't even know how to load a fucking dishwasher. That's all done by hand here. All of that stuff is stuff that you need to teach your kids so that when they go out into the world, we don't have to fucking teach them for you.